What's up, guys? Welcome back. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today. Getting ready to do Michigan. We're going to qualify real fast.
Drivers to their cars.
Tricks on the pool. Michigan. So this is race, what, 14? Race 15? Somewhere around there.
Drivers to their cars.
Going to jump right into this one. A solid 40 laps here. Shouldn't be too bad, at least not compared to Pocono, because the same amount of laps, and it's a solid, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds faster. But all right, here we go. Martin Truex Jr. on the pole, just won his second race of the season. Larson with 2 wins. He was the first driver and the only driver for a while to get 2 wins, and now a bunch of guys have. Byron got 2 wins quick, 3 races apart. Ross has 2 wins. He was the second driver to do it. Denny still with a win. Blaney without a win as we go through this field here. Bell, 2 wins. Reddick has not won. Finally, inside the cut. Busch and Elliott are 3rd and 4th in points. No wins yet, though. Kozlowski a win. Logano a win. Talked about Elliott and Busch. Buescher is now the first guy out. Gibbs rocking the top 10 in points right now. Harvick is like closer to the cut. He's actually potentially in playoff danger. So we'll see. Bowman's trying to get into the playoff talks. Bubba in with the win. Suarez top 10 in points. And everybody else has kind of been half irrelevant this season. So we'll see as we come to the line. Is somebody going to get their 3rd win of the season? It looks like it. Top 4 all have 2 wins. Hamlin, 1 win. Blaney has not won yet. Green flag, Truex, a good start. Looks like the whole inside line had a pretty good start. Chastain going to try and jump under Larson as we go into turn 1 here. No notable entries for today. Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, Jimmy Johnson, those guys are not racing. So no notable entries, just a solid 36-car field. Ross to 2nd, Larson, Hamlin, and Byron battling it out for 4th and 5th. Bell, Busch, Kozlowski on the bottom. Byron, Blaney, Reddick up top. You see Elliott on the bottom, and they're racing pretty hard behind him as well, as Ross is already looking under Truex for the race lead. He's going to get under him. Bell is now up to the 5th position, rocking towards the front. Byron already back to the 7th spot. He started 4th, and now he's looking to lose a spot to the 6th of Kozlowski. Kozlowski just going to fall in line. Blaney started 5th. He's back to 9th. Elliott 10th, Reddick 11th, Buescher, Harvick up a few spots. The outside line clearly did not have a good jump. Some guys lost a lot of spots, and now we got 3 wide for the lead. That's not very often do we see that. Larson rocketed through the middle. Hamlin somehow, he must have made a 3 wide move that we must have missed because he was back in 5th. Now he's racing for the lead with Larson. Typically, it's Chastain the one you see making those aggressive moves. Bell up to 4th. These guys are racing here. Holy crap. They are racing really early right here. But we got 3 wide again. Elliott and Blaney. Blaney going to lose a lot of spots. Now he's 3 wide again. Reddick, Buescher, and Harvick going by. This has not been the start Blaney has won it at all. And now Reddick getting a big run through the middle, 3 wide. We're seeing a lot of 3 wide here early on, and they're racing at the front of the field again. Hamlin looking underneath Larson. Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell. Bell's just been probably one of the hottest drivers as of late. He's like top 5 virtually every week as of recently. So we'll see if he can continue the trend. And Ross Chastain's kind of off and on, running well today. It's been a while since Hamlin won. Hamlin won really early in the season, and since then he's been super fast. Him and Larson have swapped the point lead back virtually every other week. Larson found victory lane 1 more time, but since then it's been a while since even he's won. It's been a while since the 5 or the 11 got in victory lane. They are racing hard at the front of the field. All these guys up here have at least 1 win. Now the closest guy to the front of the field without a win is Reddick, and then Elliott, and now Buescher. A great run through the field he's had. He's inside the top 10, I believe, now, or he's at least close. It's been a very racy track. Starting to hope this one's in the playoffs. They may only race here once, though. I'm not sure if they come here a second time. I hope they do. This one's been insane so far. This might be the best racing track so far. We've had some good ones. We've also had some boring ones, but this one's been maybe the best. Hamlin and Bell up the track a little bit. Larson going to go way up the track. Big run by the 11 on the bottom and the 20. And here comes Kyle Busch inside the top 5. He has not won a race yet this season. Didn't I just say Elliott and Reddick were the ones closest to the front? Where did Busch come from? That means he came from at least 8th in the last lap. Middle of 3 wide contact. That was close. I thought the one was going to turn the 5. Then I thought he was going to turn the 20, but he held it straight. Look at this racing as we go down the front straightaway view from, I guess that's the pace car. Insane. William Byron now falling back on the outside. Keselowski, Elliott, Reddick, all trying to go by. Busch making his way through the field here. Chastain leads. Bell and Hamlin battling for second. Larson, Busch, Byron, Truex, Keselowski. This has been a racy one so far. Holy smokes, it's been racy. We probably had a different leader each lap. Now Bell takes the lead. So it looks like we have a... How many cars is that? A 14-car breakaway. Logano and Blaney are at the tail end of this. And Bell and Larson lead it. We've got a 14-car breakaway before it goes back to Bowman, Wallace, Suarez. Tell you what, these top 14 cars are racing. Busch up to the 3rd spot. Truex up to the 4th. He was leading, then he fell back, and now he's back up here again. Now Larson underneath Bell looking for the lead. Truex underneath Busch. Ross only fell back to 5th. Hamlin back to 6th. Byron back to 9th. Some notable guys that were at the front of the field. Blaney 12th. Reddick 13th. Logano 14th. And that's at the tail end of this pack. Is starting to have maybe 5 or 6 cars break away from the other group of 5 or 6 cars. Maybe. I guess Keselowski might be the determining factor here, as he's kind of right in the middle of both, but they're all staying together. Busch now looking underneath Larson for the race lead. I'll say it again, he's not won a race this season. I also don't feel like he's been in contention to win a race this year. I swear, every time I look, he's between 5th and 10th. He's never raced up front, led laps. He's never battled for the lead, I feel like. Maybe he has, but not very often. Here he is, finally, showing that speed. He's had the consistency. He's 4th in points. Can he break through and get that win? And I feel the exact same way about the 9-car of Elliott, who's towards the tail end of this pack right now. He's the exact same way. He's 3rd in points, but I just feel like he hasn't led laps, dominated, like we've seen some of these other guys. Larson, Truex. Pretty much everybody else in this pack. And Buescher has something to say when it comes to this playoff fight, as he is inside the top 10 now, battling for 8th with his teammate, Keselowski, 8th and 9th right there. As Reddick has fallen to the tail end of this pack. Reddick, the last guy in. Buescher, the first guy out. Now they're starting a single file down this front straightaway. Truex looking underneath Larson, though, going into this corner. He's got to run. He is under him. He's gonna... I'm not sure. He is gonna look under the 5 here. Busch and Chastain's gonna have a run. It's just a matter of where are they gonna go. They're gonna stay high. They're probably gonna enter low into this corner behind Truex. They should allow Truex to get clear of the 5. Maybe not. The 5 a little high in the corner. He should get clear now. He's not. We'll see if he can get clear down the straightaway, as this has allowed the 11 of Hamlin to get back into this. And Byron and Bell are trying to hang on to get back into this as well, as we've got a 5-car, maybe 6 or 7-car breakaway if they can catch. Now Truex is clear of Larson. Busch going to get clear as well. Maybe not. Yeah, he is clear. He's just not coming up. Hamlin almost got clear of the 5 right there as well. So it looks like Byron and Bell is caught up. Now it's up to Buescher and Elliott, if they can try and get the rest of the field caught back up to this pack, or if these is going to be the cars that break away. Buescher's trying to get there. Those guys are single file, which is smart. It's going to allow them to catch these guys if they stay single file. These guys are racing up here. This has been a quick 13 laps. This has been an eventful 13 laps. Now the 8 looking underneath Truex, and he's going to try and lead for a little bit. Kyle Busch looks like he is going to lead this lap. Martin Truex Jr. still trying to battle on the outside. Hamlin and Larson battling behind him. Then Chastain, Byron, and Christopher Bell. But the rest of those cars, they're not out of this. They are right there. They're staying in line, and that's smart. Buescher might even get to this pack. He's close. Him and Elliott are starting to break away now, but Keselowski, Harvick, Reddick, Blaney, and Logano are not too far behind either. We'll see if they can get back in to this pack. If they do, it's fair game. It's a 14-car pack. We're basically racing for the lead if they can get there. Kyle Busch now back under fire by the 19. The 11 going to stick with him. Larson's back to racing for with Chastain and Bell for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they are all together again. This pack has caught those 6 or 7, 8 cars that fell back. Elliott, Keselowski, Harvick, they are all basically a part of this pack again. We'll see if they choose to race now or if they're just going to stay in line, as they are definitely there. And it is once again a 14-car pack racing for the lead. Well, maybe not. Bell and Byron, Larson, they're starting to slip back a little bit. This is allowing the top 4 to get away a little bit. But they're racing for the lead now. The 11 looking underneath the 19. As soon as they got there, they started racing, and this is going to allow maybe 4 of them to get away. Bell has something to say about it, so maybe 5 of them to get away. Maybe not. He's hanging back there a little bit. They're racing back there now, though. All 3 Hendrick cars. Elliott, Larson, and Byron. And then you got some of the Fords behind them. Reddick still at the back of this 14-car pack. Truex out front. Hamlin to 2nd. You got Chastain looking underneath Kyle Busch for 3rd and 4th. And now Bell is back on their tails for 5th. And Byron and Larson trying to bring themselves back into this battle. 17 laps into this race. Almost halfway through it. This has been an insane race so far. Haven't even had an opportunity to go through the rest of the pack and see what's going on. So it looks like we got another pack of 7 cars back here. It includes Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, Ty Gibbs, and Michael McDowell. 16th all the way through 22nd, or 20, yeah. And then another pack of cars here, 23rd. Another group of pretty many cars here. Allmendinger, Almirola, Noah Gragson, Corey LaJoie, Justin Haley, Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse. A little further back is Briscoe, Parise, and there's McLeod, Gilliland, Harrison Burton, Ryan Newman. This is the back of the field, so they're racing everywhere. Cole Custer and Ty Dillon rounding out this pack. Back at the front of the field, so there's racing everywhere. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex. It looks like this entire pack is, or at least 9 of them have caught back up again. Keselowski in 9th. Looks like Harvick, Blaney, Reddick, and Logano. And Buescher. They're trying to hang on to it. They're racing up front. They have an opportunity. It's a matter of can they get the draft. These guys are racing up front. That is for sure. Kyle Busch back to the lead. Now you got Chastain and Hamlin battling for 2nd and 3rd. Truex to 4th. And now Larson battling with Bell back up to 5th. He's brought Elliott, Byron, and Keselowski with him. Larson a big run through that corner. Big runner was Truex, just really slow through that corner. Bell, and we got 3 wide again. Byron, Bell, and Truex for about 6th. They're going to settle it out to 2 wide. They're 3 wide back here, though. Still 3 wide. I think that was Elliott on the top of that 3 wide. Going to lose a few spots. Blaney, Harvick back into the top 10. And this pack is not really letting anybody get away. And they're not letting anybody really fall behind either. Denny Hamlin has been all through this pack. Kyle Busch made his way to the front of this pack, and he's kind of stayed there. Now he's under Hamlin for the race lead. Larson to 3rd. And Chastain and Bell has kind of hung at the front of this thing most of this time as well. As we are halfway through this race officially. They should need to pit at some point or another. I kind of hope we get a caution that happens in the back of the field. Stack them all up again, because I can't lie. I don't want a pit cycle to separate any of these guys. This is good racing. And I also don't want any of these guys to wreck. This is good racing. These guys all deserve good finishes because they are racing it. They are earning this right here. 2x2x2, all the top 6 going into turn 3. They're going to single file it out. 3 wide, actually, coming off the corner. Truex, Larson, and Hamlin. Larson gets the better of it. Hamlin battling back on the outside. Truex losing a few spots. Now the 1 to the outside of him. As Bell is all over Kyle Busch trying to get past him for the race lead. I've said so many names so far in this one. Harvick rattling his way to the top 5, if that even makes any sense. Came out of nowhere. Slowly, methodically. Through that corner relatively quickly. Getting his way to the front as he tries to go by the 24 of Byron, bringing the 6 of Keselowski with him. Again, the 6 has already won a race this year, even though he's below the cut by, I think he's 17th. So he's good to go when it comes to that. Some guys, Logano, Elliott, Blaney, Reddick, they've struggled to make their way further than 6th or 7th. They're seeming to just stay back here. Byron really slow off that corner. He's going to hold his teammate up to 9. Racing up here really hard again. 3 wide into the corner. The 19, the 5, and the 11. The 5 way up the track. Going to lose a spot to the 1. And they're probably going to come pretty quick behind him. Harvick and Keselowski racing it out back there. But Christopher Bell now out front with Ross Chastain, or Kyle Busch on him. Hamlin to 3rd, Truex to 4th, Chastain to 5th. Small breakaway, but it's probably not going to last very long. Kyle Larson going to reel him back in. But yeah, like I was saying, it seems like there's that group of cars, Blaney, Logano, Elliott, Reddick. They're just staying towards the back half of this pack. And we saw Truex, we saw Hamlin kind of work their way back there and work their way back to the front. Blaney started 4th, went immediately to the back, and we haven't seen him at the front since. And we're 3 wide, close off of turn 4 again. The 11, the 1, and the 20 that time. And the 1 rocketing his way even past the 8 down this front straightaway. Big run. He's going to get clear. Massive run by Chastain, and he is going to retake the lead. Because this pack is pretty much together again. You can make a whole highlight video out of this one. Holy smokes. This one has been amazing to watch. This one's just been fun. Ooh, Truex all the way underneath Larson. He brought Blaney with him. So this is the first time we're seeing Blaney try and creep into the top 6, top 7. Looks like he's made his way up to battling with Larson for 6th right now. We'll see if he can't make his way to the front of this pack. Kyle Busch going to try and get by the 11, maybe even the 1. We'll see if he can do it. Should get by the 11. He's going to bring Christopher Bell with him on the bottom, and he's going to try and race the 1 down this back straightaway. 5 cars kind of breaking away again, but we'll see if they're able to do it or if Larson and Blaney and everyone else can reel them back in. You can only imagine pit stops are going to start happening soon. We have not seen a caution in this race. That's good. If a caution does happen, I just hope it's none of these guys. These guys have done phenomenal racing, and we are starting to see a breakaway now. The 17 of Buescher trying to be the last one in this group. A small breakaway back to the 45, and then a small gap back to the 9, and then the 22, 24 side by side, and then the 4 rounds out these 14 cars here. The 6 and the 17, the last ones in this group. Can Reddick and Elliott and Logano, they're all spread apart too, so that's not good. All these guys have a good 3 car lengths between each other. I hope they don't lose the draft. Here comes the 6 and the 17, and these guys are racing up here again. If it ever stopped, I don't think it did. Chastain leads, Hamlin to 2nd. Hamlin looking for the lead down this back straightaway. And I believe they're all rocketing back to each other again. They're single file for now, but they're coming. Nobody's lost the draft, so we're good. Still a solid 14 car pack. As the 1 has taken the lead, the 20. It looks like the 11 got rocketed back by the 1, and the 20 went right by him down the back straightaway. And now the 8 looking underneath him for 3rd. Larson right there. Truex, Blaney, Buescher, and starting to see a breakaway back to Reddick again. It's been a good day for all 14 of these cars, I'll tell you what. One of these guys is going to win their way into the playoffs if they haven't won already. Busch, the only one up here that hasn't won until you get back to Blaney and Buescher, who's like 7th, 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th, somewhere around there. Kyle Busch racing that 20 for the lead here. We are starting to see a breakaway now, but these guys are racing up here. Can that group of cars catch back up again? I think it's like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8-6 split. So we'll see if they can catch this group of 8. That is 2 and 3 wide all the way through this pack versus the 6 cars that are single file. And we got pitting here. A lot of these guys coming down pit road. The 22 wrecked his teammate. The 19's around. The 6 is around. And they all wreck coming to pit road. You kidding me? And the 12 trying to get back on pit road. The 22 is done. I can only imagine the caution is out. Are you serious? What did I say I didn't want to happen? Caution is out. And what happened? Right there is where it started. Nothing crazy happening. They were all coming down pit road. Right here, 2 incidents. The 22 gets into the 12, turns his teammate. And the 6 runs into the back of the 19 and wrecks them both. How did the 22 end up smoking damage? He got hit by the 17, got into him. Did he run into the pit wall? I bet you he did. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, right there. He runs into the pit wall trying to get on pit road. And is ultimately what's going to DNF Logano again this year. Does this 19 do it too? He gets on. 12 and the 6. Looks like they're going to get on. Wow. Unbelievable. Kyle Busch now with the race lead. We got more wrecks. The 11's around. Looks like Newman's got damage, wherever the heck he came from. This is just a mess over here. Kyle Busch has damage. What happened? They're all like confused on what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Byron Larson wrecked. Oh my, what is happening? Guys can't do a caution period, it looks like. Alright, so right here, the 5 comes out of pit road. This is under caution. Coming out of pit road. And they're already wrecking in front. I don't know what the heck Ty Dillon and all those guys are doing. They're wrecking up here. And everybody just comes in soaring. 24, the 20 comes in, wrecks the 8. They're all wrecking. Larson's just sitting there. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Then everyone else comes in. Alright, so now Eric Jones is leading. I don't know what is happening here. We're coming to 8 to go now. A lot of cars are out of this race. Somehow Harrison, Burton, Newman, and Gilliland. There must have been a Briscoe going to finish another DNF. I don't know what is happening here, but they are struggling with this caution here. Eric Jones is the leader somehow, some way. And I guess that's legit, as you have Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, Bell, Truex, guys that have been up there. So now you got Busch in 14th, Blaney in 16th, Chastain 17th, Larson 18th, Keselowski 19th, Elliott 27th. All these guys that were in that front pack. And then Logano, the only one that's out that was in that front pack. And Busher, he didn't need that. He was having a good day. And Eric Jones, who's around 20th in points, somehow leads this race. Hamlin, Harvick, Reddick, Byron, Bell, Truex. Bowman needs a good run. Then a bunch of guys that were at the back. And then you get the Busch, Dillon, then these guys. So this is going to be an interesting couple of laps. As we're only going to have 5 or 6 to go. Maybe 7 to go when we go green. The lights are still on the pace car. This has been an entertaining race, to say the least. As that is what I didn't want to see. I wanted to see a good finish, a good race. And we had an amazing race up until they all wrecked coming to pit road. And we've seen that a couple times this year. It doesn't happen every time. There are some times they can get on the pit road and not have an issue. But there's been some times this year where they can't. Saw it at Daytona. All wreck coming on the pit road. Hopefully we'll go green next time. There's 8 to go. We're coming to 7 to go. And if the lights go off the pace car here, we'll have a 6-lap shootout. And Eric Jones leads this thing. He could win his way into the playoffs with a win here, and he would be the biggest underdog to win yet. The lights are off the pace car. It'll be a 6-lap shootout. Harvick has not won, and he's close to that playoff cut. Reddick on the playoff cut. He has not won. So if Jones wins, that throws the playoff picture for a massive loop. That hurts these two tremendously. And if one of these two wins, it hurts the other one. But if they lock themselves in, obviously, with a win, if he wins, it throws the whole playoff picture for a loop, Jones. Then you got some guys with wins and pretty far up there in points. Byron, Bell, Truex back there. So we'll see if Hamlin can't finally get his second win of the year. Bowman needing a good run in points. He's like 18th, 19th in points, somewhere around the cut. And he's not too far out of it. And a good run today, he needs to try and get by the 45. That should be his goal. And Reddick's been good. He was up there with the front pack. So is Harvick. So is all these guys except Eric Jones. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jones can hold him off. I don't know how he ended up out front. I mean, there's a lot of mayhem under caution, so I'm not surprised. Just glad there's not more mayhem. 20 of these cars up here. But Eric Jones is going to lead us to green. And we're going to have a 6-lap shootout. And the pace cars are going to pull off here. And it'll be a 6-lap shootout to the end of this thing. What's been an amazing race. Turned into a little bit of mayhem as they tried to get on the pit road. I kind of figured that would happen. They were all so close together. Green flags in the air. Eric Jones pulling low right on the start. Not going to let the 11 get under him. The 11 just stays in line, and it's a single file restart like usual. No lap cars here. They all storm into turn number 1. We have not had a race end under caution this season. I'm very glad to say that. Not a single race this season has ended under caution. With the 2002 rules, that can happen. And it has not happened this year. I hope it doesn't. If we get a caution anytime to the end of this race, that might end it. As we're coming to 5 to go. Not sure. It may be a 1-lap shootout. If a caution comes out any later, it's going to end it. Denny Hamlin, Harvick, Reddick, Bell has all gotten by Jones. So Jones is just going to either try and fight back, win the race, or just salvage a good day. 5 to go, and Hamlin out front missed the corner a little bit there. And Harvick and Reddick are there, and those two are battling for a playoff spot. Both of them now battling for a win. Christopher Bell, Martin Truex trying to come back into this battle. Byron, and then Bowman. Coming to 4 to go. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick battling it out for the lead here. We have a lap car coming out of pit road ahead. We'll see if that plays a factor in this thing or not. Kevin Harvick now trying to take the race lead. Has not led too many laps this season. It's been an okay year for him, and what will be his last, it has been announced Josh Berry will be taking over that 4-car next year. We will see if Kevin Harvick can get maybe his final career win, or at least his first win of the year. Truex and Bell missed the corner. And here comes Ty Dillon, the lap car. It is going to make a difference here. Hamlin pulling low. Reddick's already low. This is going to hold up the 4 for a little bit. 3 to go. I told you guys I thought the 45 was going to win a race before the playoffs come around. We'll see if it isn't today. Or if the 11 can finally find his way back into victory lane. It's been a while. Only one win this year, but it's been a dominant season. Him and Larson have dominated the standings this season. We've got 3 to go. Hamlin leads. Reddick second. And they're pulling away as everyone else is getting held up behind Ty Dillon, the lap car. Harvick, Bell, Bowman, Byron, they're getting by him now. They're going to have 3 laps, which should be enough to try and roar down these top 2. And they're not that far out. Hamlin and Reddick. There is a decent gap back to the next couple cars, but 2 to go now. They may or may not get there. You can see the gap, and now they're racing for 3rd. I don't think they are going to get there. We have another lap car. Cole Custer. As we're coming to the white flag, Reddick has a big run on the 11. White flag is in the air as they come up on the 51 of Cole Custer. Is Hamlin going to ride behind him, or is he going to go under him? He's just staying behind him now, but he's going to get under him through turns 1 and 2 here. This could help him. Depends. Reddick's going to follow, of course. No, he's going to get behind the 51. Now he's going to look under him. Hamlin might be gone. Hamlin could run away with this one. As we go through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. And Denny Hamlin, a big gap back to the 45. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. Harvick, Bell, too little, too late. Denny Hamlin is finally going to get his 2nd win of the season, and it comes to Michigan, and it comes in a wild fashion. And Hamlin wins it. Reddick, a must-needed 2nd place finish. Harvick, a very deserving 3rd place finish. Bell, Byron, Larson, Bowman needed that 7th place. It sucks that Harvick and Reddick finished in front of him, but it's still going to be getting a lot of points on some guys around the cut. Suarez 18th. Not a great day, and I don't even see Gibbs in the top. 19th right there. So 18th and 19th for Gibbs and Suarez. The reason I point them out is they are top 10 in points. And those are guys that we expected to see around the cut line. So if they start falling through the standings a little bit, they could be in the conversation of, the point situation when we get to the cut line. So we will see if that happens. Looks like Elliott had a lot of damage. As you can see, finished way behind everyone else. Briscoe, another DNF, another last place. He's going to stay 33rd in points, obviously. Been a horrible season for Chase Briscoe. Logano, Busher were running so good. DNF. But at the end of the day, it's Denny Hamlin. Sonoma, our first road course, will be next. Be interesting to see how that one plays out. Then we got Daytona, Chicago, New Hampshire, Pocono, Indy, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Darlington, Richmond. All right, let's see. Where's the playoff start? 3, New Hampshire. So Richmond will be the last race of the regular season. There's 11 races still left in the regular season. Sonoma, the first road course. Be interesting to see what happens there. Only 23 laps. Appreciate you guys for watching. Can't wait to get the standings out to you. And this run should shake them up a little bit. This is the 2002 outlook on it. Doesn't really matter for us because of... we're going to keep track of our standings, but, up-to-date standings. Briscoe is now, this is the stat I'm going to keep track of this year. 7 DNFs in the first 15 races. 21 races to go. He's on pace to have at least 15 or 16 DNFs, so we will see if that happens. But I don't know if he'll get that high, but at least probably 13, 12, 13. we'll see what happens, but laps led. Hamlin up there pretty far. Back to Larson, Byron, Bell, the only ones over 100. So appreciate you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.